Good morning, everyone. We come to another powerful session of mathematics made easy as usual. My name is Daniel Mangambwa, and I tutor in mathematics from grade 10 to grade 12. And mathematics paper 2 is one of the papers that you must be very careful with at the end of the day to give you marks that will make you smile at the end. And so there is a question that always features every year in all the sessions, and that is under a topic called quadratic expressions. That question alone carries 5 marks. And so you can imagine just getting the 5 marks can make you easily pass the exam. And so let's work out a question so that we see the principle that we need to apply when we encounter such kind of questions. So I have a question that is coming from mathematics paper 2, the examinations under quadratic expressions. And these questions usually carry 5 marks. And so the examiner here was requiring us to find the value of x under what is called the quadratic expression. And the question goes as follows. Solve the equation x squared plus 2x is equal to 7, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So that was a requirement from the examiner. Now, let's get to the solution. For us to find the solution to this question, we need to know what we call the standard quadratic expression, which is basically this one here that you are seeing. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And also this is the formula that we use to arrive at the values of x. X is equal to negative b, positive or negative, the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And so we come to the section which I love so much, which is basically called data collection. And so when we are answering any question in mathematics, we must never skip this step. We call it data collection so that your thinking process is in line with the examiner's requirements. And so this is basically the expression that we are given. X squared plus 2x minus 7 is equal to 0. If you look at it in the question that we've been asked, they are saying x squared plus 2x is equal to 7. So we must now harmonize this one to the standard expression. The standard expression is here. So if you look at here, where there's 7 there, that's where the 0 is, isn't it? So we bring this x, we bring this 7 inside, so that we're able to harmonize it with the standard quadratic expression, which is basically the harmonic part that I've done here. The 7 that is here, it was here, I've now brought it inside. Where there was 7, we remain with what? 0. And so now these expressions have harmonized and they are equal to each other. As we proceed, we're able to pick the data now. We're able to say A is equal to, basically there's a 1 there. B is harmonizing with the 2 there. C is harmonizing with the negative 7. The 0 is harmonizing with the 0. So we're able to say these equations have harmonized and they've balanced each other. So this is basically therefore A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to negative 3. Once you've done the data collection, what you're supposed to do now is to take this data that you've collected into the formula itself. So under B there, my B I've got 2 there, that is the negative 2 that you're able to see. In the formula we've been given a negative, that's why you're seeing that this positive 2 is now carrying a negative there. Positive or negative, that is the positive or the negative that we're able to see there. Inside the formula we've got b squared, and the b, as we have discovered here, is equal to 2. So it is basically 2 squared. Minus, that's the minus sign that we're able to see. We've got the 4 there, it just drops direct there. We're able to see the a there, which is coming from a is equal to 1. So I've put the 1 there. On the part of c, there is negative 7, which is basically the negative 7 that we're able to get from the data collection. There's an over sign there, then we've got 2 bracket a, which is the a is equal to 1. So we can proceed now to compute this. This is the second stage, and I've begun working it in the brackets under the square root. So 2 squared is basically 4. When we compute that to give us positive 28. Negative by negative to give us positive, which is essentially 4 by 7 to give us the 28 there. 2 by 1 to give us the 2 that is there. We'll proceed to the next stage. It is basically finding the total of what is under the square root. So 4 plus 28, it will give us 32. Everything has dropped as they are, so we find now the square root there, and we're able to get the square root on the calculator. So the square root of 32 is basically 5.66. If you notice here, I put it to 2 decimal places, and that is a requirement for the question because they told us here to say, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So I've put also my square root here to what? 2 decimal places. So if you notice, the x is required in 2's because of positive and negative there. So I've got my first expression and my second expression. Where are they coming from? The first expression is negative 2, which is negative 2. Then I've got the positive sign on top, which is the positive that we're able to see there. Then 5.66 is coming there, which is the 5.66 over the 2. So the 2 just drops as it is. Then again, there's a second expression there, negative 2, that's a negative 2. Then the minus sign, that is the minus sign or the negative sign. We're able to see it, it has dropped. So this negative comes there negative. The 5.66, which is basically the square root of the 32, comes there 5.66. The 2 just drops as it is. Then when we do our computations, when we compute this part, we've got 1.83. When we compute that part, we've got negative 4.83. So quadratic expressions always have 2 answers for the value of, they always have 2 answers for the value of what? For the value of x. So we've got that expression and that expression for the value of x. Thank you so much.